Oh, yeah. It's out there. It's out in places.
You do it too.
We'll find it real quick. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody. Hey, actually, everybody
it's on the home service happy hour group.
It's out there. It's out there. If you're watching right now, or if you're on this panel, there's another thing we need to do, which is we need to go 5-star the podcast. So there's like 2 home service happy hour podcasts out there because there was one on the old radio station, then Jai recreated it. So we need people to go out onto whatever, Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you go, and like rate the podcast, give us some stars. I think I had a former customer who wouldn't pay his bill, give me a 1-star, and there was only one 5-star out there on the new podcast feed. So go give it a 5-star on the Home Service Happy Hour podcast. So the jackass that wouldn't pay his bill that gave me a 1-star on the podcast, we can like wipe him out. I'm okay with 1-star, and when he gets sent to collections, then I'll feel like I got him right for that. What's up, Corey Hillary?
What if I give you a 1-star?
Was that you that gave me a 1-star?
No, what if I give you another one? Like, you're just assuming we're all going to give you 5?
Well, you're on the podcast, so it'd be kind of silly to give yourself a 1-star too.
You're a smart man. What were you asking me?
Well, I just figured you were going to, I was at what's up. What is up is what I was asking you now. I assumed the reason you came today when you normally don't come was just because you wanted to remind us all that we should get cyber insurance.
Honestly, I was going to ask you how you let somebody hack your Facebook.
I'm going to tell y'all. And then I'm going to tell you what to do. I'll tell you what not to do that I did. And then I'll tell you what to do to try to recover it before it gets too far. So we're going to do that today.
When I responded back and then wired over 200,000 for crypto, are you telling me I'm not getting that back? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But didn't you see those people and their family pictures and how successful they are because of my hacker's crypto skills?
That's why I transferred the money. Just send me the check once you've turned it into millions. No, but what else is up? Listen, I don't not come on purpose. Dan, I've never worked harder in my life than I have in the last 2 years. This job is crazy. Managing people is crazy. Helping organizations get better is crazy. I should just go back to selling and selling only because that was fun and it was easy. This is hard.
Managing people, there's no. I had this conversation with somebody the other day about managing people as well. Like, there's nothing that can prepare you for it really. Like leadership and managing is one thing, and there's systems and processes and execution, and then leadership, because you can manage people, but that doesn't mean they want to follow you. And so there's like an echelon of management called leading people. That's even more important. And you don't need to be a manager to lead people, right? But if you are a manager, then you also have to lead people. Man, it's a burden. It's an awesome burden, right?
Well,
it's for everybody, but
it's crazy because you bring up a good point, and I said this when I took this position. I said I'm never going to stop doing what I do because if I can't show people how to do it, if I'm just supposed to command them to do it, well, then why would they listen to me? And we had a great example yesterday. We went and did a proposal meeting. Hear me out on this. This is kind of wild. We sat down. They knew we were coming in with our insurance package and everything we had going on. And the first thing they said was, we've already bound our renewal with our incumbent agent before even looking at what we brought in. And a young man that set the appointment up, and I was just going to support him in my role, he started to stand up and like walk out. And I was like, sit down. And he was like, what? I was like, sit down. And then I turned to the prospect and I was like, what? You told us to go. Did I miss something? Were we supposed to be out here a week ago? No, the owners, he was sitting right there. He's got a surgery in the next day and like blah, blah, blah. And we just needed to get it wrapped up. And I was like, that's the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Do we still have an hour? And they were like, yeah. And then we talked for an hour, right? And then we got the order today and everything got moved over to us. And my point I'm telling you all this for isn't to brag about how awesome I am in a room with a client. No. My point, maybe a little bit. My point is to say this. How would that kid ever get that experience of dealing with a real life situation like that if you're not out there with him? If you're not doing it with him. And so, leadership it's a lot of everything that I never quite understood fully until I took the role, and I'm having a blast. But every Wednesday I look and I go, podcast, do I have time? I don't. And I just kept making excuses because I got so much on my plate. So I apologize, but I am here today.
It is, I think if you are a good leader, you also have this guilty conscience of you have you carry everybody else's burden naturally, right? And so their problems naturally become your problems because you give a shit. And so it's hard to understand how much time that consumes of the need to communicate and get back to people and double check their thing and make sure they're okay. That's a super like mentally taxing. It's super enjoyable when you can help people succeed, but it takes a lot of mental load. And so I'm not surprised as you say all that you've been a ghost. But it's good to have you today, man. Good to see you.
I'm happy to be here, guys. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So here's my Facebook story. You guys all ready for this?
Right.
Here's the story. Here's the story, and then we got to get a little what's cracking segment and do around the horn and catch up with everybody here. But so and Jai, the best part was the minute I did this, Jai was like, "Yeah, you got spam, bro." Like he called me out right away, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." But it was a moment of weakness, and I think since you guys all have kids, you will totally understand this. I was at sports practice, kiddo sports practice, trying to like crank some shit out. It's our busy season. I'm like doing demos, sending proposals, trying to get new clients signed up.
Clapping your kids on, like trying to you got everything going on at one time.
No, my 2-year-old was there too. So like Danny and Reggie are practicing and Crosby's running around. So I'm not clapping. I'm yelling to try to get the 2-year-old to, do whatever.
That checks out. Yeah.
And Marty and I are also trying to correspond about, I don't know, dinner or some marital execution thing we got to do. Right. And so in my like race to try to execute things, I got the classic Facebook message about my account's going to be shut down unless X, Y, and Z. And I was like, oh shit. And it like triggered because I was also messing around with trying to like run the video ad that I was doing. And so I thought it was maybe tied to that. Like their timing just couldn't have been better. They caught me in this distracted moment of weakness where I was just like I got to get shit done mode. And I wanted to think about boosting my promo video that we had made. And so it was like, oh shit, I need to fix this because otherwise my account gets shut down and blah, blah, blah. And so I filled out the form and then I sent a screenshot to Jai and I was like, hey man, just letting you know our account was about to get shut down. So I took care of it. And here's the thing. He's like I said, immediately he's like, dude, that had to be spam. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. That's totally spam. Like it's just a random person's name Facebook messaging me. And so it was just like a total moment of weakness. Like I should have easily caught it. No doubt about it. But I just was so distracted doing other shit that I just whiffed on it. And so a couple weeks went by. This was like right before home service workshop, I think. And so I like trying to hustle to get stuff done before you're gone for a week. And it was just this last week. So it was like home service workshop, back for a week of like 15 demos, like crazy ass week, and then spring break for a week. And it was while I was on spring break, and they timed it perfectly because I just wasn't checking emails. And so I did get email notifications from Facebook like, hey, is this you logging in from here? But I didn't catch them fast enough. And I probably could have stopped it had I said, yeah, that's me, or no, that's not me logging in from there. But like a day went by, and by the time that day went by, they had gotten in. I tried to stop it and recover it, but they had already changed my email and my phone number. So lesson one is fucking don't fill out the form, right? If Facebook's trying to get a hold of you, they're not going to do it via Facebook Messenger. Number one, don't fall for that like an idiot. Don't get too distracted that you fall for that one. Number two is like, if you think you did, check your Facebook messages or like your email notifications very regularly, because they are going to try to access it. And you do have a window to be like, nope, that wasn't me. Right. And I've had that happen before. I've had people try to log in. I don't know when or where or how, but I've had some where I'm like, nope, that's not me. And if you catch it fast enough, you're fine. You're protected. Lesson number two, Corey, you're going to love this one. Do the 2-step multi-factor authentication and do it with like an app. Do it with a multi-authenticator app, not just like an email and a phone number. Like use one of the code apps that expires really quickly. Especially with like a Facebook thing, because so as a business owner, like so much of what you do is out there. I have 20 years worth of pictures out there, 10 years worth of business history and relationships out there, this show out there. Right. So there's like Corey is nodding his head because he knows all this shit. He's like, yeah, dude, that's why you need cyber insurance or like all these things to protect this stuff because it's fucking valuable. And you don't always appreciate it until you lose it. And then you're like, oh shit. Like, I might dislike a lot of Facebook things, but I got a lot of shit out there that's valuable to me. And when I did, so I don't know another way around this part, but once I did realize it, I caught it just in time to do this like selfie video thing to like verify who I was. And I don't know if that was it or like, cause now Facebook has said, hey, we locked your account and we think that it's not you and we'll let you get it back. I still can't get it back because they changed the freaking email and the phone number. So I can't even verify that it's me. I don't know like how to cross this next bridge. But they do have like a facebook.com/hack link to follow to say, hey, my thing got hacked. But it's such a runaround because in order to go in and say, hey, my thing got hacked, you have to verify your email and phone number. And once it's hacked, the email and the phone number has changed. And so you can't, it's just a circular doom loop. You can't.
Does that website also ask for your social security number? Because you might be clicking on another link that you don't want to be clicking on.
No, that one,
okay.
Like that one is the Facebook, like, where you're supposed to go. But it's not useful if you've been hacked by somebody that has half of a brain and is going to change the email and the phone number to stop you from getting back into it.
Yeah. Dan, I'm going to make you feel better. Okay. Vulnerability is what got you here, right? Because you were vulnerable when it happened. And the truth of the matter is, if I get an email from Dan, it's like wired in me to look at the actual domain, even if I know it's from you, to make sure it's you, because I'm in this insurance gig and I see cyber claims all the time. Let me tell you a quick story. Somebody finally got a hold of my debit card number for the first time about 6 months ago. Never had that happen before. I see denied transaction for $1,200 at Target, denied transaction. And my bank was catching it real good. Nothing went through. So I canceled the card and I got a new one sent to me. But I'm flustered, man. Like I'm not feeling good. How'd somebody get my card? What's going on, right? So 2 days go by, that card comes in and I get the new card. My phone rings and it says Connexus Credit Union from Wausau, right? That's who we use. That's who I use. Connexus Credit Union. I answer it. Young man, professional, could talk anybody. I'd give him a job in a heartbeat if he wasn't a fucking crook, because he wasn't from Connexus. And this guy got me to give him, over like a half-hour conversation, the new card number with my PIN, with my expiration date. I'm not making this up. So then, as I'm on the phone with him, more new denied charges start coming through. And I'm like, dude, this guy, like, they're starting again. How could they possibly? And I'm complaining to the hacker on the phone. And I finally realized that they did get $60 to go through, even though they were charged. They were trying these huge transactions. Right?
How stupid! You think they would know to
right
under the radar?
Morons, right? So I figured it all out. I cancel that card. I call the actual fraud department. And they're like, "We did not call you. They can spoof our phone number." I'm like, "But the guy was so good. Like, if he wants a job, I'll let him get a job. He could sell anybody anything."
Yeah, why does he have to steal from people when he could go add value?
Right. The point I'm making is, you keep saying Corey gets this. The insurance guy, I fucking gave out my new card to somebody I didn't know on a phone. Like, when you're vulnerable, anything is possible. So when you're vulnerable, don't do shit like that. If it's so banking, funny. If it's passwords, if it's even, just take a breath, think about it, then take action, because you can't get any dumber than that.
That's crazy that they knew when the new card came and they called you right after the new card came.
It was a day later that they called, I think. But he had a great story, because when he called, he goes, "Have all the transactions stopped with the new card?" And I said, "Yes, they have. But what about my Apple Pay and stuff like that? Like, how does that work?" And he goes, "Oh, well, you'll need to update your Apple Pay with the new card. Tell you what, I can help you with that. You know, like, if you just give me the card and verify what you get." And I fell hook, line, and sinker for this guy was, I'm not kidding, he's the smoothest human being I've ever talked to. Like, he literally should just go get a real job, not take a chance on prison, and make millions of dollars. JC would hire him in a second. Michael would hire him in a second. The guy was so good at what he did. And he took his time. He was courteous. He was polite. This guy, I want to hug him and punch him in the face all at the same time, man.
Congratulations. But hey, bro, try to keep it under like $100 if you want these transactions to go through that, dumbass. Like,
right.
Hey, Dan, are you like in any way trying to get a crypto certification right now?
That depends who's asking, you know? No, not
Well,
at all.
and
No, absolutely
because
not.
as I'm reading the post, I'm like, this is the best fucking shit Dan post in the history of Dan. And there's no way Dan would be doing some secret crypto shit and had this like certificate of like, look at me. I was like, this, and I normally heart everything. I think I gave you a like because I hated it so much. And now I know it was you, so.
JC, I wrote him a text that said, dude, you're the most impressive person I've ever met in my life. I said, first off, you do all this stuff with business. Now you go and get this crypto deal. Like, literally, you're the most impressive person ever. He wrote back something like, it was Dan's version of like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, stop it.
It's actually really funny. Like, people that know me well sent me a very sarcastic message, like Corey did. Like, they knew it wasn't me. They would send me some bullshit. A couple people were like, dude, that's freaking amazing that you got that. Like, are you really like doing this, or what do you think about that? And I was like, I can't tell if they're being serious or not. And I'd be like, no, man, that's not me. Like, and they're like, oh shit, I thought you were really into crypto. Like a couple people that I know that are into crypto. And I was like, no, man, like look at all of my posts over time. I don't post personal stuff. I don't don't even really post business stuff. I post content.
Dude, at first I thought there was a chance, but when the hacker said, I want to thank my family for being patient, I was like, fuck that. First off, Dan wouldn't thank his family. Number two, he'd be like, I want to thank my old lady Marty. You know, like there's no way he's gonna just thank his family.
You're
like,
right. No. Yeah, if I did, I would tag Marty and I would say I would make sure it was very obnoxious.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you know me. You know me.
That's good stuff.
Oh, that's frustrating. I did. There is hope. Like I said, I got a few emails today. Oh, the other thing. There is, and I don't know where Marty found this, but there is a way to report an imposter. And so if you get hacked, search the Facebook imposter reporting. And so I reported an imposter, and I don't know if it was like the selfie video that I did a couple days ago that said like I literally like they send you this link to jump on and like film yourself, and I was like, this is Dan Platta, the guy that got hacked, like, you know, just being me, which is authentic. Then they can definitely tell it's me. If they actually go look at the profile, they'll be like, oh yeah, this is definitely Dan. He's being a smart ass obnoxious dude. But Marty found this imposter link, so yesterday I went on that. It's not exactly what happened, right? That's more of like somebody's pretending to be you and opened up another Facebook account, but it was close enough where I was just like, I just got to find enough different avenues to tell, because Facebook, there's just nobody to talk to, right? And it's like, and when that facebook.com/hack link wouldn't work, it was just sending me in circles. It was so freaking frustrating, because it's like that, again, that was when the reality kicked in of like, holy shit, I got 20 years worth of freaking pictures out here. I got 10 years worth of business out here. I have 5,000 relationships out here. You know, of which 50 of them are probably like real actual friends of mine, or whatever, you know, however all Facebook works, you all know. But man, it was just like it was a kick in the nuts. Marty brought it, like we were sitting in bed last night and like trying to go to sleep, and Marty was like, what do you think this? I'm just like, we need to stop talking about this. Like, I need to turn my brain off, because I'm just fuming, right? Like I'm just fuming in my head. Kind of like Corey was saying earlier, it frustrates me that somebody's out there thinking this is the right way to make a living. Like, it just fucking irritates me so bad that there's people out there that are skilled, and instead of using their skills to help people, they use their skills to hurt people. I just don't like, who were their parents? Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? Why? It just doesn't make any sense. It pisses me off so much. I don't want to give him a hug. Unlike Corey, I'd fucking kill him. And I
respected the game, dude. I'm sorry. I don't care if he was trying to steal all my money. The guy was a skilled human being. He might be a criminal, a felon, but he was skilled, and I got to give him some credit for being skilled. You know, guy, if you can do me on a phone call, I got to give you some credit, man. I just do. It's crazy.
You know?
I mean, you don't have to give credit to a good shooter that can shoot an old lady in the head for no reason, though, right?
That's a good point.
Let's think about this a little bit.
I'm just trying to justify how big of a dumbass I am, Sean, right? Like I have to find a way to justify, because when I told this story to my wife, she's like, let me get this straight. Someone called you and asked you for your new card number after you had just had fraud on your account and you just gave it out. And I was like, but it said Connexus. You know, like,
it is extra funny that you got gotten twice. That's extra funny.
Oh yeah.
No one ever calls you. I mean, it's no wonder like all the like senior citizens easily get taken advantage of on all kinds of calls, you know? It's like
well, I tell you what, I've got the fraud lady, the head fraud department lady's number in my phone, right? And when I talked to her after the second one happened, we talked for 2.5 hours. I picked her brain on every little thing I could, MFA, the whole deal. And I was like, how does this work? What does this work? And she's like, anytime you get a call, just hang it up. Like, don't even answer it. And then call Connexus back and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, they spoof everything. She's like, and she was funny, Dan, because she's from Wausau, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
At one point, she made a joke. You'll love this. She goes, I don't care if your wife calls you and tells you to get naked and get in bed. You should hang up and call her back. And I was like, trust me, if my wife calls me and tells me to hang up or to get naked and get in bed, I'm definitely not going to believe it's my wife. So
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get naked and get in bed, but then I will call her back.
Right.
Like,
just in case.
Just in case. I'll give her a call back and make sure that was her. Because, I wouldn't believe it. I know that's not my wife. But if that was all she was asking, I'll take my chances, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway. Rob Anderson in the house. We got the 7-pack. We got the holiday.
What's that?
Here.
Yeah.
Spring break 7-pack. What's up, Rob?
How much you mentioned all these,
Rob.
You mentioned all the things that you're gonna, that you've lost on that profile, but you left out karaoke videos with Rob. I'm so hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but those are at least on your profile, so at least they're not gone forever. We'll see.
Yep.
I hope my account doesn't get like shut down, and then I lose. I don't know what happens from there. We'll see. I'll keep you all posted. It'll be interesting.
What's crazy is once you do get it back, go in and download your profile. The last time I did that was probably like 2 years ago. And I think it was like 10 like zipped files. It was like, 50 gigabytes each or whatever. It's like, oh my gosh. One, I've posted a lot and damn, they have a lot of information on me.
Yeah. Well, especially with all the lives that I do, I'm going to need like a couple terabytes of external hard drives to save all that shit.
Yeah.
Been out there for a while. Rob and I have gone like into round 2 a few times on some of those, staying up a little too late, drinking a few too many cocktails.
Too many, just a lot more than everybody else was game for.
Not too many, not like being out ice fishing type of drinking cocktails. Oh man. Anyway, business. Who knows? Part of the journey. Corey, you and I have a meeting next week. Let's make sure we spend a little time talking about cyber insurance. I do. So the real question here for you, Corey, because I don't understand this is like a perfect case of, okay, so I've been hacked and I lost data and information. I'm curious, and anybody else on this call, does anybody have cyber insurance?
No. I believe we've got that with our policies. We
got a couple folks. So like Corey, in this type of situation, how would cyber insurance play? If a dummy gives out some information and his Facebook account gets hacked, what does cyber insurance do in a case like this?
Well, it all depends on what type of cyber insurance you have. Not all policies are created the same. Not all respond the same way, right? But for the most part, the biggest things that you're thinking about is recovery costs, defense costs, right? And then most importantly, recovery expenses or like potential fines, right? So there's all these things that would be associated with cyber if you're talking about a business, where if it halts your business, right? And you can't go do your business, that's covered by one section of the cyber policy, hopefully, if it's done the right way. But then you could have a ransom attack, and that's going to have a different sublimit of insurance depending on how that policy is written. There's no universal answer to what you're asking. What you need to do is understand what your policy has, understand what it covers, make your broker take you through every line item piece of your insurance policy to make sure you have what you need. Companies that are doing services and use like a, let's call it like a CRM software where all their planning and billing and everything is going through it, their biggest risk is being locked out of that, right? Whereas somebody who's handling a ton of funds, their biggest risk is somebody coming in and taking the funds. And so there's a lot of different cyber risks out there depending on what your business is doing, how it's operating, and how someone gets in there. There's also a big difference as to where the cyber attack came from. Some countries we can pay ransomware to, some we can't. So there's a lot of moving pieces to cyber, Dan.
Yeah. Is there, like, in this case, does it help you at all? Or is there any tool to help you recover your stuff? Or is it mostly to...
Yeah. No, yeah. The cyber carriers, especially the good ones, have teams. So think about it.
You guys see Joe's comment?
No.
It says Dan Platta is watching. It says, What's up, me?
So that's a good question in regards to, think about like EPL insurance, right? So if you have EPL insurance and then you have something happen with an employee or some kind of a hiring situation, firing, you have your coverage, right? But then you have like a support line that you can call at that carrier. And they will give you defense up to a certain degree. They'll answer questions. They'll get you down the straight and narrow. Cyber works the same way. They have support teams that can get involved and try to help you do things that would fall underneath the element of what was compromised within the cyber attack. So you're going to get support from the carrier. That's part of what's promised within your contract. And they have services that can help with whatever the situation is. And they'll be different depending on what your problem is. Is it ransomware? Are you locked out? Are they demanding something? Did you just release a bunch of information for clients that you didn't mean to? You'll have different people that can get involved based on their specialty. Then you have all of your policy activity. Whereas let's say you had to spend X amount of money to get data back, or you had to spend X amount of money to make things right with a client, or whatever the case may be, you would have sublimits for those areas as well, depending on what the situation was. In your case, I mean, yeah, if you had cyber and it was business related, you could have somebody help you to regain that account back, and they should be able to provide assistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. One of the interesting things I ran into too is, of course, like the timing of this, like I said, it was impeccable on their part, whether intentional or unintentional. But I just boosted my first Facebook post. We had the promo video we made for Home Service Workshop, and people thought it was funny. I was like, let's just throw a few $100 behind it and boost it just to get it out there and awareness marketing and give some people some funny shit to watch. So I just had put my card in my Facebook profile and just like boosted that post. And then Skip's wife, Skip works with us on account management stuff. And his wife, Sarah, was like, hey, do you have your card linked to your Facebook? And I was like, yeah, why? And she's like, well, if your card's like linked to your Facebook page, they can just start buying shit on Facebook with it. Like if you boosted something. And I was like, oh, shit. So then yesterday I'm like calling Chase, and there was like 2 Facebook charges already that had come through. And I was like, oh, damn it. Like one of them I think might have been from the boosting, but the other one was like $16. And I was like, that doesn't look the same as the boost post. We're canceling it. I don't know what they're starting to buy, so I had to call Chase and cancel the card.
Be really careful with that too, though. That charge, when you dispute that, I know people that have had fraud, and now they got that disputed, and now Facebook basically is like, well, you still owe me $16,000 for the ads that were spent and money that was spent, even though like they won't let them advertise anymore. So they've had to go through a shitload of other stuff. Yeah.
Me, I cannot advertise.
That was the person.
It has to use somebody else's account, because my Facebook, I mean, I never had a situation that's as bad as yours. Like I caught it immediately. I always had, I think it was before 2-factor authentication, because it was a long time ago.
What's up, Hildy? Hildy says, hey.
But you're right. Facebook thinks I still owe them like $16,000 from the credit from whatever that hack thing is. So we're still working on that. So good point, Rob.
Yeah. Well, at least I was only $140 in the hole before I found it and disputed it. So if that's the cost I need to pay to be able to boost ads in the future, at least it's like marginal at best. We'll see. We shall see. Anyway, what's everybody else got going on? We got Michael Gregory in the house. We haven't even told people that he's here. We got JC Chinowski, Sean Day, Angela Chinowski, who you already heard from, Rob Anderson, Corey Chillery. That's your email is Chillery. It's the coolest email, by the way. Dan Platta, of course, best damn bookkeeping. What's up? Man, it's just good to be back. Has everybody had spring break yet?
We're on it right now.
Are you on it right now? Anybody got spring break things going on? What's the spring break plans? I know JC and Angela were over in friggin' France doing Paris.
Oui.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Welcome back to good food, though. Welcome back to good food.
Yeah, it was great desserts. We're just not dessert people, but great cocktails. Great. Oh, you're on spring break, Hildy. So Hildy evidently went on spring break trip, and now
she went on spring break, and now she's on spring break again.
It is a blizzard in Nebraska, like a complete whiteout, the entire world, everything.
That's awesome.
So Omaha, Nebraska, the whole state of Nebraska, or like in the middle to whatever, is like everything shut down, crazy blizzard. So
yeah, it's missing us in Minneapolis. Yeah,
that is. You guys probably have that weather too. I think it was 80 79 degrees yesterday, and then the world's canceled.
What you got there, Corey?
That's what Dan Plata posted on his Facebook an hour ago.
Oh, I can't see it. I can't. I mean, I can see that there's a thing. It's just hard to see on your phone.
Well, it's just a family celebrating.
That I helped with their cyber.
Yeah.
Is that your family?
Yeah, that looks exactly like my family.
That's literally the picture that was posted on your Facebook.
It's funny because they said they stopped my profile, but
they just didn't.
Like, these are pictures posted on your Facebook right now in your story.
Dude, I'm crushing.
Oh, dude. Dan, I just got blocked. Mm-hmm. Your profile just blocked me.
He blocked me yesterday when I made that post.
Guys, I hate to tell you this. This is me just messing with Dan the whole time. Dan, I'm going to give it back to you right now.
That you should have saved that one for April Fools, Michael. That would actually be hilarious. That would be super good. Anyway, I don't think you have that bone in your body. I don't believe that it's you.
No, there's no way. I have a guilty conscience, actually. Sometimes I think when bad things happen, like, they think it's me. They think it's me. And I'm like, there's no way.
It's AI, man. I'm telling you, it's AI. AI.
Well, when your password is password, I mean, it's hard to,
Yeah.
It's password 123. Thank you.
Speaking of password protection, I heard a comedy skit one time, and it was hilarious. So think about your first passwords that you ever had, right? Whatever it was, and then you decided they said, oh, you have to use a number, and then you had your password with the number 1 at the end of it. And like, okay, now you can't have a password with a number, and now you have to have a special character. So then it became either password with the number or password with the special character, which was an exclamation point. And so, like, he just goes and tells us all what our passwords were, like 7, 10, 15 years ago. You're like, dang, that's crazy. And he's like, then you probably put a password, the special character in front of your name. You're like, oh, dear God, this guy knows all my passwords. So, it was so wild. Yeah.
Well, he's just telling you what his passwords were.
It's so true. Is the only mark we all use is an exclamation point? True. Time to pick a new one.
I think I've used an exclamation point or a question mark before. But then I kind of got confused because when I would look at my password, if I had it stored anywhere, I'd be like, am I questioning what I made for my password?
Wait, was I confused?
Like, I think it's this. I don't know.
That's what I was going to say. That doesn't invoke a good feeling.
No, it doesn't. No. Dan, we took the girls last week was their spring break for Hennepin County Schools. We took our 5 and 3-year-old down to Marco Island in Florida. Got a big Airbnb, brother-in-law, his wife, and their kids came. Had a big pool there. And I dreaded the whole trip before we went because kids had never been on a plane. I expected puking and screaming and crying and awfulness and lost sleep and terribness. And it was about the best trip you could ask for.
Oh, you set some terrible expectations for yourself. Oh, kids on airplanes are hilarious.
Yeah, and check this out. We were flying back during all those terrible, horrible storms because we flew back on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And we got on the plane, and the stewardess walks up to us, like just us. And she goes, just want to give you a little heads up. This was about the worst flight I've ever been on coming down to Florida from Minneapolis. The air is really bumpy. You're going to hear the guy talk about it, but I see you have 2 young kids. We just want to give you a heads up. Now, I hate flying. I can't stand. I've flown 1,000 hours, and every time my hands get clammy, and I sit there like this because I can't control anything, and it bugs me out, right? So I'm hearing this news, and I'm terrified for me, not for my kids, and rightfully so, because when we started hitting that turbulence, like right over Nashville, right, we're bouncing. If I don't have a seatbelt on, I'm in the air, right? I'm scared shitless. I look over to my right, and my 5-year-old looks like she's on a roller coaster. She's got a smile. She's gleaming ear to ear. She's like, Mommy, it's bouncy. And I'm like, I'm going to kill this kid. So, yeah, they were good. I was not. But that's what we did on spring break.
Can we ride that ride again?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, they're great. They say this. They say the funniest things too about just traveling. Like their comprehension of what's happening just cracks me up.
Yeah,
But
we
best
we
vacation.
went whitewater rafting this weekend. That was fun. It's the first run of the year, and my daughter will be talked about the rest of the year because we get to she fell out, and like we hit the guy's trying to like take us backwards through this one rapids. Which JC, it was so much better than Asheville. Apparently, he didn't smell. He didn't have Lularoe leggings or whatever, Lululemons.
Whoa! Nothing wrong with Lululemon.
Lularoe.
Yeah. Lularoe. No, so we like hit a rock. Seth is like even with me. He almost falls out, but is like leaning up against the big rock. So like I grab him, pull him in, and I just think we're stuck. And like. Guys like trying to lift us, get us unstuck. The other rafts coming through. There's only 2 rafts on like the entire river, and my wife's like, "She'll be okay," and I'm like, "What do you mean she'll be okay?" And like looked at her and I like looked up and I was like, "Oh shit, we're missing a kid right now." That's our 20-year-old is literally floating. She's like already like 50 yards down the rapids, and of course that water is like 45 degrees, and she's we were wearing wetsuits, but they get her out and just the nerves, and she's freezing cold, but she survived.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's an Anderson, damn it. She'll be okay.
Well, I was like, honestly, Brooke, you were the best one to send out of there. So she's the rock climber in the family. Like, go do this, and especially with staying calm. But yeah.
I don't know. I think you would have been the best one to send out of there. That'd been.
I mean, I would have dealt with it. I honestly almost went and like literally, they have like splash guard shirts. I was like, I really don't like how this whole wetsuit feels. I'll just be cold. And then I was like, all right, fine, I'll wear it.
Yeah, it does. It does feel like you're like inside of a plastic bag.
Yeah,
that just sucked to your skin. It is not. It takes some acclimation for sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you saw your little girl floating down a river and you didn't jump in after her, though. Like, what are you doing? You were just like, she'll be fine.
He had a few more.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It's just past 3 rapid. It was all right.
She's a big kid. Water was cold.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's a rock climber, I guess I see it. I think about little girls at 5 and a 3-year-old. So your story terrified me for a second, but everything's been scaring me lately. I don't know what my problem is.
Yeah.
It's the
vulnerability.
It's the vulnerability. Yeah, we talk about cyber attacks and airplanes. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, you've been taken advantage of. You're scared, playing scared. Yeah. No, we went to Costa Rica with Ben Smith and his family and our buddy Aaron, and then I think their old neighbors. It's like 4 families all at like an all-inclusive together. And it was a blast, but I'll tell you what, this is the main takeaway for me is I'm just not built to be in the South. Minnesota, Wisconsin, this is the right place for me. I still have, I don't know if you can see my forearm. It's very rashy, and it's not like poison ivy. It's just heat rash because my body's like, fuck this heat. I remember I was sitting, Angela and JC, I think I sent you a picture of this. I was sitting, this is 7 a.m., got up, got some work done, and I'm sitting there drinking some coffee, and the sun's like coming up over the trees, and you would have thought I just got out of the pool. I'm just drenched. I'm just sitting there, and I'm soaking wet and sweat. Just
Dan,
at 7 a.m. It's not for me.
I still want you guys to visit, but Yeah, welcome to Maryland. When I visited you, and we're sitting out there at soccer, and I'm like, and this is so weird. I'm getting a sunburn right now. Like I can feel this happening, but I'm not sweating. This is not like normally it's you go outside, you start sweating, and then a few hours later you get sunburn instead of like, I'm not sweating at all. This is weird.
Here we had like a dry 90 degrees. It felt like Arizona 90 in the fall type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Costa Rica. Well, and I think there's an acclimation thing too. Like 90 degrees when it's been 75, 80. It's like, yeah, it's hot, but you're used to it. Going from below freezing to 90 degrees, your body's just like, what happened? Like 70s and 80s would have felt great. 90, it was just like, hide me. I just need to get out of the sun. And yeah, so I got like just the itchiest freaking rashes on my forearms. I think it's also because we had like a 5-minute walk everywhere we went at the resort we were at. And with a 2-year-old, you're just carrying them. And so all the time for 5-6 days, I've got a 2-year-old on a forearm, right? And so that extra heat and friction and rubbing around and him squirming, I don't know what caused it. I'm in the mood of blaming my kids for everything today. If you haven't noticed, it's all their fault.
Yeah.
But we had a good time. Everybody survived. Our flights were smooth. Nobody got in trouble. Beers were drank. Way too many fruity drinks were drank. And we made it back safe and sound. But Angela, I think you'll appreciate this. I asked Danny. Danny's the only one who I like trust her opinion as an 8-year-old. My 6-year-old like has an opinion, but I don't think it's valid all the time. And Crosby either loves or hates everything because he's 2. Is it like, and tomorrow, what he hated yesterday, he might love tomorrow type of thing.
Yeah.
But I asked Danny, like, so, you know, now that we did Disney and we did like an all-inclusive, more chill thing, like, what do you like more? And she's like, the all-inclusive was okay, but I think I like Disney way better. Like more which is a total Platta thing. Like you guys all know me. Like I don't want to be sitting around. Like I want to be out doing some shit. And so that was kind of fun it felt kind of like a chip off the old block. Like I don't want to sit around. Like, yeah, I can sit around, but let's go do some shit and cause some trouble. So that was kind of funny hearing her perspective on it, but she preferred next year for spring break if we do something more like Disney. So we'll see.
Dan, it's funny that you say that because we went on a boat excursion and there was a guy down there, long hair, grew up in Marco Island. He works for the state to catch pythons because apparently they're overpopulated and need to be put down. He's like a true Southern Florida boy, right? And we're on this boat at Sunset Cruise. And so it was like, I don't know, 60 degrees, but it was a little windy. So maybe it felt like 50 or 48. Don't get me wrong. The ladies, all the women in our group had sweatshirts on, right? I'm sitting there in shorts and a t-shirt. And this guy is like huddled up, our little guy. And he's
you can barely see his eyeballs.
He's like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? I've been sweating my balls off all day long. This feels good.
Yeah,
I was ice fishing in negative 50-degree weather 2 weeks ago. Like, what are you talking about? And it's just so funny when you're from there, that feels cold. You know, when we're up here, I was down there like you, 12 noon, like, get me inside. Like, I can't do this. It's crazy.
It is funny, though, because in Minnesota, we go through, you know, it'll hit 90 or 100 degrees in the summer, and it'll hit 20, 30 below in the winter. So we have this huge temp swing in the Midwest. And in the springtime, 40 and 50 degrees in Minnesota, Wisconsin, flip-flops, shorts, tank tops, right? In the fall, it starts dipping below 70 and everybody's like, hey, it's cold out, right? Like it's just so whatever you're used to. Like, but springtime's hilarious. It hits 40 degrees and sunny. Windows are down for sure. Windows are down.
You might be clearing ice still attached to your driveway in shorts because it feels comfortable and you're just like scraping up ice to get it off. Like, it's crazy how it works.
I'm going ice fishing this weekend. We're heading back to my folks' cabin, and it's supposed to be like Friday. It's supposed to be like a high of 48, 50 degrees. And I'm like, man, I don't even need to bring a jacket. Like, I might be out there.
Bring some ice picks, though.
They still got 20 inches.
What?
Yeah, they got 20 inches up by Harshaw by Rhinelander.
No,
which is crazy because the ice is out. Like, I drove past a small little lake around here yesterday, and the ice was out.
Right.
Like, gone.
How's that possible?
That north. I mean, like the metro is always hotter, right? Just
Yeah.
so much concrete and stuff. And an hour farther north, I don't know, but we're still going ice fishing. We'll see. It's still getting down to 20 every night, so it still keeps refreezing and refreezing and refreezing. We'll see. We got 10 minutes left here. Michael Gregory, we haven't heard from you yet. What do you guys even bother doing spring break in San Diego? Or because it's always so nice there, you're just like, what's the point of spring break? Where would we all go? We're in the best place, temperature wise ever.
No, those teachers want that week off. Of course, there's a spring break. I don't really know when it is, and I know it hasn't happened yet.
I don't know when it is.
I'm not really in charge of childcare, so I know that it's happening soon. And when it does happen, I'll be super stoked about it. But yeah, it says it hasn't happened yet.
Have you guys done a vacation with Thomas anywhere?
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? He's gone everywhere. Yeah, several vacations with him. Not this time though. But last year, I mean, he's been to Hawaii, he's been to Yosemite, he's been
Mexico.
He went to Washington last week. He's been to Cancun 3 times. Yeah, he's been last week in Washington D.C.
Oh damn! So the dude's got like a passport. He's just like he walks on a plane like knowing what he's doing.
That kid is very blessed. That's for sure.
That's fun.
Thanks for there's more places I just couldn't even think of them. Thank you, Angela, for the Cancun.
He's fun in Mexico.
He was, but you're talk about being like warm-blooded, cold-blooded. So true. I mean, it gets down in the 60s in San Diego, and everybody's wearing jackets like it's 30 and up north. So you're 100% correct. I went to the Wild Animal Park last weekend, and it was 65, and I'm wearing a sweater.
Oh yeah,
so
that's just whatever you're used to. I was surprised when we had our business owner ice fishing event. Jeremy from San Diego, like he was out in a t-shirt taking a leak, and it was like 0 out, probably 10 below wind chill. It's not super windy when I saw him out there, and it was like day 2 or day 3, and I was like, Jeremy, you acclimated? And when I saw him turn around, I was like, oh, and you're also under some influence. So there's that.
Yeah, that's let's be honest. That
blood was
he was feeling something. It just wasn't the air temps.
Yeah. But it was funny. It's like once you get acclimated, right? Even when you're from paradise, 0 degrees sounds so cold. Once you're up here, it's not bad.
Yeah, he doesn't count. You were missing your control group with him. He wasn't a good sample for that.
He was the one that wasn't going to come. He was so afraid of being cold. He was literally not going to come.
Yeah, I don't own any clothes. I don't even own clothes that could be conducive to that kind of weather.
That's funny.
Michael would just have to put on all the clothes he owns to equate to that.
Like just wrapping shirts around my arm and just everything else. It'd just be like 40 outfits in one.
Just thick layering up.
We still have our onesie. We got this onesie for you. You can wear that.
Oh yeah. I got a onesie. You could wear too.
Mr. Christmas is back.
Michael has one. He just hasn't gotten it yet.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, because he couldn't make it. He's got one. He's the owner of a onesie without ever seeing it.
Yep.
Yeah, never mind. You can't use mine. Use your own.
Yeah, I don't use mine.
No, mine's got a lot of farts stuck in the fabric. You don't want that. No good for you.
Probably some chest hair in the zipper too.
Oh yeah, there is some chest hair in that zipper. Uncomfortably acquired chest hair off of yours truly. Got some grays in there, got some dark blacks in there, all the colors of the rainbow. JC, you owe me if you did this or not, you owe me flights for the Philippines whenever you guys are whatever your flighty flights are.
Yeah, Angela distracted me with margaritas last night, so you can blame her.
Classic.
But he did send me some texts. First for a couple inappropriate pictures, and then she said we need to get the flights done today. So
yeah. The way I don't know if it's your phone or your vehicle, but when you just said that, it sounded like you said she sent me some sex. So I would it goes along with that. There would have been inappropriate pictures included. I wouldn't imagine the verbiage doesn't mean a lot without some inappropriate pictures.
When are we going to the Philippines?
We are going. The conference is July 11th. I will send. We're just about. They're going to finish it today, if not in the morning. That will send you the resort the conference is at. But it's on. I guess it kicks off the night of July 10th, and then is all day of the 11th. And then part of the day.
We'll coordinate. Michael, we'll coordinate flights because I got to fly west to get over there. I'll pick you up along the way.
Yeah.
JC, sorry for what you're going through, by the way.
Wait, what? Michael, you coming?
I'm not. I forgot you were here, Jay. I'm not promising I'm going.
Wait, what?
Well, I'm not promising that I'm going because I'm going to be more safe than the JC tribe is going to be. I'm going to have to get like 74 vaccines before I go to the Philippines. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't get anything.
Yeah, I'm not trying
he's lying. He's just gonna show up at your house and surprise you. He's gonna send you a special air package delivery, and he's gonna pop out of that and say, "Hey,
are there vaccines we're supposed to get?"
It's optional, I mean,
we did look into it, and they are optional. They are.
Yeah.
I did a lot of research.
I'll raw dog it.
Malaria, typhoid fever. I don't even know what these things are. Like just things that just don't sound fun. And I'd rather just be in the Philippines and enjoying myself. So, I mean, I go to Cancun or Mexico. I like brush my teeth with bottled water. Like I don't even let
No, we do that in the Philippines.
Okay.
I mean, use bottled water. I mean, it's basically like don't drink the water.
Yeah, and I'm not.
Local stuff.
Jai, this is nothing against the Philippines. This is me just having a bitch American stomach that can't handle anything that's not.
I'll just bring some Pepto. I'll bring some Pepto, and we'll just get after it.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking at, but I'm not. I can't go fly with you, Dan, because you're going to be back of the plane, middle seat, because you're extreme frugality, and I'm.
No, untrue. I looked at flights yesterday with Angela and JC, and I was looking at Delta Comfort. I was looking at Delta Comfort, Michael.
It doesn't matter. You drink for free anywhere on an international flight, right?
Yeah, but when you're flying for 20 plus hours, 25, I think.
Listen, I flew for 17 for my honeymoon. I didn't give a shit where I sat. They didn't have enough booze on the plane for me. I could put me in the baggage area underneath.
Yeah, I'll get myself drunk enough. I don't care where I'm sitting.
Right.
Yep. I just talk trash about my stomach. I can't do that.
Delta Comfort, Michael. We're going Delta Comfort. I'll upgrade.
No, but seriously, like, can we please feel bad for JC for a second? Didn't you just hear what he's going through? He's literally being force-fed alcohol and sex pictures. Like I feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for the guy.
By his ex-girlfriend. By his ex-fiance.
She wrote me today, and she's like, JC, I'm like, yes, Miss Schroeder, because her voicemail was still Angela Schroeder until today.
Oh, busted.
And she sent me the voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
What's a voicemail?
It's this thing where you send people whose numbers aren't in your phone. Haven't you listened to mine?
It's this thing that you have to listen to, and at the end of it, when you want to leave a message, it says, "By the way, the mailbox is full. This person doesn't check their voice messages. Goodbye."
Yeah.
So, on that, y'all, I'm out. I got soccer practice. See y'all.
Bring some beers. Bring some beers.
This might be relevant to anybody that travels a lot. What's the difference between business class and first class? Because it's $4,000 to $14,000.
Like, well, let's see. Business class and first class on Emirates is like a world of a difference. I mean, we did the first. We walked past business class, and I said, "Oh, look at these peasants."
Damn.
It's good living, but
business is lay down seats and your own little suite and lay down.
I'm not paying $14,000 for a 12-hour flight. I'm not doing that. So I get it. No, 14-hour flight.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, you only have. Is it just 14 from San Diego to Manila?
14 hours and 50 minutes nonstop. No, it's from LAX, Los Angeles.
Oh.
But business class, you still have lie down seats on most of the flights.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. 18 hours from San Diego with one stop.
I would drive to lots of
How far is it to? Would you fly out of LA or would you one stop?
I'm not going to go to LA. It's the same price. It's not worth it. I'd rather spend 4 hours in an airplane or an airport than 4 hours driving. Because I live 120 miles from Los Angeles, unless I leave at like 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, it's going to take me 4 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Well, and let's be real honest too. For a flight that long, the layover can be nice if you're not saving any time.
Yeah,
Get up,
exactly,
stretch your
Corey.
legs. Yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
Oh yeah. Hey, before we sign off today, guys, everybody that's listening, when you catch this podcast, you guys that are still on the live with me here, I need you to do two things. One is go report any of those damn crypto posts. If you can still see my shit, go report all the Facebook posts that this stupid hacker is making on my account until they ban you or whatever. And then Jai just dropped the link in here. Go to the podcast itself and give it a rating, give it the like or a follow or whatever. We got to get traction on the new podcast because we had to move it to a new platform or new login thingy. Jai, we should also change the picture thing on it, whatever the logo-y, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing.
With it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know.
Because I think it still
Yeah.
says service model. We throw a
You're
best
right.
best damn bookkeeping picture in there.
Yeah, you're right. Yes,
Oh
I will.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was looking at it yesterday. I was like, oh shit. Because I was like, I don't have anything else to do because I can't go live on Facebook. So I guess I'll look at the podcast.
I'll do it after the live show. Thank you for thank you for thinking of
Look
that.
at
I
me
didn't
being
think of it.
responsible. I did a responsible thing today. Besides when I didn't do responsible stuff and let somebody hack my Facebook. All
We'll
right,
get it
y'all.
back eventually.
I mean, it was so promising today that I got some emails saying they were going to like block it and let me back in there. But clearly that whoever still has it is still making posts. So they haven't blocked it yet. So I don't know what the hell Facebook is doing.
I replied to your message regarding that. So I said it's funny how Facebook handles it that way. They can just, put it back to the way it was
They said
before
they
you got
did.
hacked.
They said they reverted it, and I followed their links, and none of the login stuff was reverted. They did have me enter an old password. So I entered an old password, and they're like, yep, that's an old password. Now we're going to email you this thing to confirm. And I'm like, no, that still doesn't work. Like the email address is still the changed email address, you freaking idiots. Like there's too much AI.
Mexican friends.
Too much AI, man.
Try using your phone number or something. Did
They
you
changed the
register
phone
your
number. They changed the phone number.
Dan, they just updated your profile picture to you and Marty on a beach.
It has been updated to that. That was at JC and Angela's wedding, actually.
Oh. But before they moved it to just a picture of you a day or two ago, and then now it shows 5 minutes ago.
Don't
maybe-
respond to anything yet, Corey,
Facebook
on Dan's
is-
profile.
Reverting
Yeah,
it.
I won't.
They might
See you guys.
block you. See,
Peace out, Michael.
They might what me?
ban you or block you through Dan.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't done anything except report
Maybe
the
they reverted
profile
it.
as fraud. Yeah.
Maybe they reverted it.
Yeah,
You saying, Angela?
yeah. Maybe Facebook reverted your profile picture.
Oh, that would be neat. That'd be neat here. No, because it was like me and my kids.
Oh.
And then they changed it to me and Marty, the picture of Marty and I at your guys' wedding. The hacker did.
Well,
Lord knows I
keep
would
us
never.
updated about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't put a picture of just Marty and I out there as my profile pic. It's like us standing there smiling. No. The picture I had was like my kids freaking out, like flying around. And I was like, yeah, this is the Platta family. This is representative. I think it was my like headshot, and then the long form pic was when Danny and Reggie were babies, and they were just like flying. They were both a blur because they were moving around so fast, being crazy Plattas. That was it. Got to get back to that.
I hope they get it sorted for you. I gotta pop off.
Later, dude.
Bye,
Thanks
Gary.
for hanging, man. Appreciate you.
You got it. See you guys.
See you next week. We'll talk about insurance stuff.
I don't know. I'll come in when I can.
No, but you and I have a meeting next week, is what I mean.
Oh yeah,
We have
I'll
an
go to
insurance-
that meeting. I'll go to
Okay.
that meeting. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Home service homies. First of all, go dislike any Facebook post I made recently where it's clearly a hacker. Block it, ban it, report it. Report it is the word I'm looking for. Go report it. JC and Angela, thank you guys for hanging out. We're gonna do it this way for the near future until we figure out how to get my account back. So hope this works for you guys. I do have a guest tonight. I think He's rescheduled on me 3 times already, so maybe tonight he doesn't reschedule. Nice koozie, Angela. Robert Eisenstadt. He's hanging out with me tonight, but he's also had to reschedule a few times. So we'll see if the 8th time's a charm tonight. Normally I correspond with him on Facebook though, and I don't have Facebook. We will see. If we do go live, I think we'll just be on YouTube. So it'll be on YouTube. Go check out the Home Service Happy Hour YouTube channel. Get on there, and Rob and I may or may not be live tonight. There, Home Service Happy Hour. Go find us. Go find us. All right, you guys know what to do. Work smarter and harder. Go earn yourself some pride. Maybe we'll see you tonight. Peace.
Peace out.